Welcome to the Senior Spotlight, where each week we talk to a Howe Bulldog senior or two. The Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Douglas Propane. Now let's talk to the Howe Bulldog seniors.
This week we're featuring three seniors, Winston Moss, Cade Courtney, and Mikey Haim. We'll start with Winston. What year did you get here? You didn't grow up in Howe from the beginning. What year did you get here?
I got here third grade.
And where'd you come from?
Tom Bean.
And what was it like being a Tom Bean Tomcat?
Well, we weren't very good, honestly, but I think that's pretty obvious now. It was definitely a better transition to come here.
But you won. You did have the black and orange for 1 year in Pee Wee football. Is that right?
That is right.
And then you came here, and you've been playing football ever since for the Bulldogs. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Who was your first coach?
I honestly don't even remember.
And what did you play back then?
Defensive tackle.
So a couple of years ago, you blew out the ACL, missed basically all your junior year. How is that ACL coming back?
Well, it feels great now, but therapy was pretty awful. But I had a lot of guys and my parents and everybody supporting me, so it was honestly a really good feeling knowing everybody was behind me.
You've played since your sophomore year, had a lot of success here with the Bulldogs over the past several years. Talk about this season and how it's gone for you personally, and just talk about it a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's been pretty rough, but we've had some fun in practice, and everybody seems to keep their heads high no matter how bad things are going for us. So I still feel like we're all pretty close considering the circumstances.
All right, we'll talk to Cade Courtney now, who's in the backfield a little bit at times, and talk about when you got here, or have you always been here?
Yeah, I grew up in Howe from the very beginning.
And when did you start playing football?
Either first or second grade. I can't really remember.
Do you remember who your coach was?
Yeah, Andy Griffin and my dad and Winston's dad.
So y'all been playing ball together for a long time with Andrew and those guys.
Yes, sir.
All right, talk about Coach Simmons. You were in elementary school since you've been here the whole time, so you had Coach Simmons all the way through elementary school. Talk about him, and this is his final year. Is there any emotions there for you guys knowing that you had him for so long through there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's such a great guy. Growing up with him, being part of the Solar Division, outstanding individual, role model for everyone that's been through Howe, parent, kid, teenager, everyone.
So what else do you do here at Howe High School?
I play baseball and track.
And also homecoming queen, is that right? Or king, homecoming king. I'm sorry, I'll have to edit that.
No, yeah, I won that, and that was a shock. Going against Clay, Andrew, and Ty, and Ryan, and I didn't think I had a shot, but...
Well, obviously, you pulled it off. Talk about this season a little bit.
Yeah, it's been an interesting season. Things didn't go the way we wanted it to, but it's by far been the most fun I've had playing football, in high school especially.
What about your arm in a sling? Talk about that.
Yeah, well, last game I was making a tackle, and my thumb went too far back, and I tore a ligament, so I had surgery 2 days ago.
Well, at least it wasn't an ATV or something like that. Let's talk now to Mikey Haim. You've been here since when?
Since halfway through fifth grade. I came from Arlington.
And what was the transition like from Arlington to Howe, Texas?
It was definitely smaller. It was weird knowing everybody, like, around town. Like, you go anywhere and you know everyone.
How quick did it take you to fit in here in Howe?
A month or two. It wasn't very long at all. It was just transitioning from big city to small town.
And what else are you involved in here in Howe High School?
I'm a power lifter, and I'm told I'm going to do track.
So are you, as far as powerlifting goes, what do you do? Bench? What do you do?
I try to be an all-around guy. Last year I got 9th in state, and I got outstanding deadlifter at regionals, so I'd say probably deadlift is my best thing by far.
So you're going to bring home a title this year?
I'm going to do my best. We got Coach Fry, and he seems to really know what he's doing, so we're going to work hard, and we're going to see how that turns out.
So last year, you think deadlifter, power lifter, and all that kind of stuff, that'd make a really great offensive lineman, and that's what you were for a very long time. Now you're not. Talk about that transition.
Well, it was interesting. I always wanted to be the guy that ran the ball or caught the ball or anything, but
who doesn't?
It caught me by surprise for sure, because I was always the little guy playing in a big boy world, so it was pretty interesting when I was playing with guys that were actually my size, and I was actually having to run and stuff, so it was interesting.
So when did you get the call or notification that you were going to make the switch, and what were your feelings?
It was Munster was my first game playing at slot, and I got told I was moving there from guard, and that was a big shock. He told me I was going to be a Z-back, and I wasn't quite sure what that was, but I got the classification. It's a slot back.
So talk about the season so far. I know it's not gone the way you guys wanted it to, but there's a sense of brotherhood here, I'm sure, and talk about your teammates, and that's what you'll really remember, don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say for sure. It's everybody on the team, we're like a family, and regardless of how our record shows it, we're always going to be together, and we're going to remember our season and how much fun we had together.
That is the Senior Spotlight, and Howe Bulldog football will continue in a moment.